Hey there, my name is Marley. I hope you guys are doing well. Today I'm going to be filming my December TBR, so the final TBR of the year. Should be a pretty quick video. I don't have too many books here to talk about, but essentially I have my monthly reading vlog, the last book for the Buzzwordathon, and then my book club pick for the book club with my friends. So let's get into it. First of all, we have the reading vlog I'm going to be doing. I'll leave the theme as a bit of a mystery, but I'm going to be reading 5 books for that. First up, we have Our Missing Hearts by Celeste Ng. So I read Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng and I enjoyed it. However, I haven't heard too many people talking about her newest release, so I'm not super familiar with, what people are saying about it. But as for the description, it seems like it's a sort of literary fiction or maybe historical fiction vibe about this boy whose mom left him and his father when he was a kid, and now he is trying to find her, and I think she is a Chinese American poet, and then he receives some mysterious letter and it sort of drives him to start looking for her. So I think it's really gonna be about like motherhood, just like her other book Little Fires Everywhere, and it seems like it's gonna have to do with like culture, race, injustice, generational trauma, but then also on the Goodreads for the genres, it does say dystopian and science fiction. So could be some sort of sci-fi stuff going on here as well. Then I want to read We Spread by Reid. I have also read from this author before with I'm Thinking of Ending Things, and I really liked that one. This is another kind of horror book, but the description also says it's genre bending. I've heard good things about it from Gabby Reads. It seems to be mostly about aging and getting dementia or Alzheimer's. It's about this woman whose partner dies and then she is sent to this like old age home. She starts kind of losing time and feeling like she's going crazy kind of thing. And so again, I think this one's going to be pretty reflective and a pretty like deep book. We've got some deep stuff going on in December. Then I would like to read Things We Do in the Dark by Jennifer Hillier. I have not read anything from this author so far, but I've been hearing really good things about her books this whole year, and this was her newest release that came out. The plot is basically that this girl is getting charged with murder of her husband, as she was found like covered in blood with his dead body, so obviously she is being suspected of his murder. But it seems like she is mostly worried about this because she's scared that people will recognize her from her past now that she's being put in the spotlight again. So kind of classic murder mystery, mysterious past for a main character. I've heard that Jennifer Hillier has really like graphic books, I think. So I'm really excited to finally read from her. Thriller is like my favorite genre, so really excited for this one. Then I would like to read Daughter of the Moon Goddess, and this is by Sue Lynn Tan, and this is based on like Chinese mythology. It is an adult fantasy book and it's going to be a duology. I really love fantasy and I feel like I've been missing it a lot this year, so happy to be reading a fantasy to end off the year. I've heard a little bit of mixed things I think on this one. It's not only positive, so I'm a little nervous, but it sounds like a classic fun fantasy where this girl kind of gets pulled into this fantastical world. It's giving a little bit of City of Bones vibes. Apparently her mother has been hiding her away from this magical world, and then her mother I think gets kidnapped or something, and she is trying to save her mother and just gets involved with all this magical stuff. This says Daughter of the Moon Goddess begins an enchanting romantic duology, so love that there's romance involved, which weaves ancient Chinese mythology into a sweeping adventure of immortals and magic where love vies with honor, dreams are fraught with betrayal, and hope emerges triumphant. So that sounds really cool. And lastly for that blog, I want to read Love on the Brain by Hazelwood. Again, I have read from this author before with The Love Hypothesis. This is an adult romance book. It is about 2 scientists falling in love, basically, which is very similar to The Love Hypothesis. In fact, I hear a lot of people say this is essentially copy and paste from The Love Hypothesis. So I'm very interested to see if I'm going to love that because I loved The Love Hypothesis, or if I'm gonna hate that because I'm gonna feel like it's too similar and not unique enough. But I have hope for it. I read The Love Hypothesis like almost a whole year ago, so there's been some time apart. I have heard that this one's steamier though, so a little worried about that. But overall, this one should be cute. Then we have the Buzzwordathon pick. This month, you're supposed to read a book that has a number in the title. I decided to go with A Million Junes by Emily Henry. I have read all of Emily Henry's adult romance books and I love them. They are some of my favorite romances. This is a YA book that she wrote, about. I think it is more of like a fantasy romance, so I'm very interested to see how her writing is in that different genre. And I want to say, reading the description, that this is a Romeo and Juliet retelling, just because it seems to be that about this sort of star-crossed lover relationship between these two people, and they are cursed and like can't be together because of something with their families. And I think it's them like trying to figure out why and falling in love in the process. So that should be interesting. And then finally, I'm pretty sure the book club pick for my book club this month is going to be The Lovelight Farms. And who is that by? By B.K. Borison. And this one sounds like a pretty cute kind of Hallmark cheesy Christmas rom-com, which is basically what we're all looking for during this time. It's about this girl who's trying to save this Christmas tree farm, and then in the process she like lied about having a boyfriend or something, that and owning the farm, something like that. So she ends up having to fake date her best friend and say that he is the boyfriend that she like owns the farm with, or something like that. Some sort of fun little situation, fake dating situation. So I think this should be good. I don't always have the best luck with Christmas romances, but I think as long as I have my expectations in the right place, that like, you know, it's just gonna be a cheesy fun time and nothing amazing, I think it should be a good time. I also like friends to lovers, so it's nice hearing that the couple was friends before. So we'll see how this one goes, but we had to have, you know, a Christmas romance book on the December TBR. You just have to. So that's it for my TBR. I'm hoping I'll have more time in December to read than I normally do, just because of the Christmas holidays, but we'll have to see. If I do have more time, I'll probably try and get more progress into the Death Note manga series. I wasn't able to read too much of this throughout the year, so I'm hoping that I can get more progress on this, as I'm a big fan of this manga series and the anime. So that's it for me with this quick little TBR. Let me know if you have thoughts on any of these books, if you think I'll like them. Subscribe if you have not already. I'm kind of hoping to reach 500 subscribers for the end of the year, so help me reach that goal. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great December and a great holiday season, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.